Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Well, downtown paradise. Perhaps not today. We've got a little bit of rain going on. The sky, well, a little bit grey, but to be honest, the sun is trying to break through. So, Shady Tree, if you're watching, and a few of the people up in Hampshire, Mr. Andy and Miss Linda, I understand you had a bit of rain yesterday, so did we, and today we've even got a bit more. They are forecasting today some rather heavy showers, and they're even predicting that we can have 5 centimetres of rain in an hour. Wow, that's going to be a lot of rain. But the reservoirs, again, are slowly emptying, so I suppose that's not a bad thing to get ready and refill them for the tourist season that's just about to begin. Coming towards the end of April, May is coming upon us next week, and that means that the summer season is going to kick off, and I'm pretty sure that there'll be no rain in May, June, July, August, September, and probably not even in October. So if you're coming out on a big bird or perhaps paddling like crazy on a canoe, don't worry, Cyprus is quite simply waiting for you. Where are we going? Well, we're going to head down through Konya village and go down the tree-lined avenue and go and see what's happening in the downtown Paphos Harbour area on a rather damp morning. And like I say, end of April. Temperature, well, if you're curious to know, perhaps if your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and of course a rather clever dog called Bobo. The temperature today is in and around 18 degrees, and as you can see, the view, wow, it's spectacular. It's a view quite simply to die for. There's something very, very special if you can live on a coastline wherever it may be in the world. I mean, Miss Andrea and Mr. Mart, they often go down to the coastline in Norfolk there, and she often says how grey the sea is. Yes, but if you live on a coastline wherever it is in the world, there is something special when you get to look out across the greyness or the blueness, or even the turquoisey blueness of some of these seas, and hear that water lick and lap on the edge of the world that we live on, shall we say. So the roads have cleared a little bit since this morning, because of course when it gets a bit damp in Cyprus, most of the locals, tourists and foreigners, tend to huddle at home or in their house or hotel and well, wait for the rain to pass. Normally it doesn't last very long, but like I say, today they have forecasted showers on and off all day. So if you're on holiday, you know, if your name's Anna Star perhaps and you're in downtown Paphos, well, don't have a chuchka dance, but make sure you've got an umbrella with you, or perhaps a woolly hat, just in case it brings back those memories of downtown Poland. There we are. Heading through Konya village, and we're going to come out on what is called the Limassol roundabout. Why is it called the Limassol roundabout? Well, if you shoot up the highway, you go out towards Limassol, and if you keep on going, you can go for Larnaca, Nicosia, Famagusta, Ionapa area, etc. So we're going to go straight over that roundabout and drop down towards downtown Paphos and the harbour area in particular. On the way down, I'm going to mention some of the landmarks, and you never know, point out one or two things along the way. So if you continue to watch the channel, you may get to find your way around Paphos, and you may get to learn a thing or two. And if you're curious to know how the channel is funded, well, all you have to do is click through to our About page, where you will find a little icon, and it's called Buy Me a Coffee. Click on it once or twice, and we'll say to you, thank you very, very much indeed. And if you want a special video, somewhere special you want us to go, again, drop it in the comments, hit that button a few times, and that video will come especially for you. Big shout out to some of the people that are helping to fund the channel. There's many superstars out there. Ms. Lubika, thank you very much. Dayman, thank you very much. Of course, K&T Hackworth, thank you very much. We have Mr. Matt and Miss Tony, who had a birthday last weekend. Again, thank you very much. Lady so sweet Caroline, and of course Lord Nigel Big Guns. These are some of the people that take the time to click through to our About page and register their plastic friends, and of course buy us a coffee or two. And of course I cannot forget the superstar dog known as Bobo, because he went and borrowed Mr. Shulman's credit card and registered it and bought a coffee. And of course we're looking forward to it next month as well. Thanks, Bobo. Thank you very much. Also, Lord Richard, Lady Judy Nash, and of course my little mate, who's not that little, the Viscount known as Leo. Thank you very much for all of your kind contributions to the channel. We've just come over the Limassol roundabout, and we're heading down. The rain started to pick up, even though the sky is starting to get a bit more blue. So the sun is trying to come through, that is for sure. On our right hand side now, we have the Alpha Mega Hypermarket. Now don't get too excited. By Cypriot standards, it's a very big supermarket, and it's a very nice supermarket, very well organised and very clean. And the staff in there, well, they're exceptional. They really, really are. Friendliest supermarket staff, to be honest, I've ever come across in the world. And that's a trait of the Alpha Mega Supermarket. That's what I've noticed. 2 branches in Paphos, very, very friendly. I went to a branch in Limassol, and again, very, very friendly indeed. Let's keep going. We've just gone past a building that's getting done up and rejuvenated, and it's going to become the Goodies fast food takeaway. Miss Andrew and Mr. Mart are looking forward to that when they come out next summer, because Mart's coming out for his holidays and his birthday. And down here we've got their most favourite place of all, and that is McDonald's. And McDonald's has had a bit of a rejig, and they've sorted out the car parking, and they've rejigged the drive-through area, because it was causing a bit of pandemonium on the road when people were queuing to go in. Neon Mall of Paphos, that's opened quite recently. What is it? Well, home centre DIY. So everything you can want from the house or your home or your car, that kind of stuff. And also a shop called Kayaibi, I think is how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's a French, like a budget brand shop. In UK, it's like Peacocks, that kind of thing, and Primark. And they sell some decent jeans, decent t-shirts for a fair price. Get a pair of jeans in there for about 20 euros and a t-shirt for around about 6 to 8 euros, I think it is. So pretty cheap if you're looking for something that's half decent, not bad quality, perhaps for work, or perhaps, you know, if you just want a blue t-shirt like I might pop in there and get one a bit later and check out the quality for you. Coming up down here is the former site of the former home centre DIY, and it was Debenhams, then it became the ERA Superstore, and at the moment it's all closed down except for Kids for Next on the very, very end. But they're going to knock it all down very, very soon, and then they're going to build a 27-storey skyscraper with a special apartment perhaps for you, with a spectacular view, not just down to the Cape of Paphos Harbour, but probably all the way across that blue Mediterranean Sea, perhaps even as far as Israel. So if your name is Ronnie Zamiri, the Viking, who happens to reside in Denmark, originally he's from Israel, and now he wants to relocate to Paphos, well, that could be the special place for you. Have a look under your mattress, Viking Ronnie, and I'm pretty sure you might find €500,000 or so, and then you'll be able to buy that perfect apartment. Now, let's go and check and see who is on the breakfast sofas today. Dame Anne, she's in the house, she's in charge of most things. Cuddled up next to her, the superstar known as Anna Star. We've got the Viking, Mr. Ronnie, he's sitting there, he's in charge of all the tongue twisting and that kind of stuff. On the other arm, of course, we've got the Ronnie Miller, the man in charge of all the policing, Chief Constable Ronnie Miller. He's coming to Paphos next week, and you never know, we might get him to Chuchka dance down the Cape of Paphos promenade. As you can see, there's quite a lot of rain been going on. There's a bit of dampness, but the sun comes out and it literally evaporates it very, very quickly indeed. So you never know. By the time we get down to the Paphos Harbour in a few meets, I'm losing my English. Marika is stealing my English even when she's not here. It might have dried out anyway. If you're wondering about Marika, she'll be back in just over a week. If you follow the channel, you'll understand that we had a bit of bad news. Well, on New Year's Eve, wasn't it, if you understand? Unfortunately, her father passed away, and of course that's left a bit of a hole in her mum's life, Miss Hope, and Marika's gone over to cheer her up over the Easter period, and well, she's dancing around for 3 weeks or so, and she's going to come back next week. So she'll be coming back to our screens very, very soon, and of course my partner in crime will be able to cheer me up, because it's getting a bit lonely. Forgive that, well, it's not a pothole. If you understand, something that's peculiar to Cyprus, I've not noticed it anywhere else in the world, and I'm not trying to insult the country, but whenever they do a new road or improve a road, they very rarely reset the manholes. So they then go and put another couple of inches of tar macadam down, but then of course the manhole now is 2 inches too low. So you don't just have potholes to cope with, you also have, well, too low manholes to cope with as well. And even in an old Mercedes S-Class with air suspension, I complain. So God only knows what it's like to drive around in, I don't know, a Nissan Note or something like that. Not trying to insult the Nissan Note, it's a great little city car. But if you're driving around Paphos, well, it can't be very good for your suspension arms and your wheels and all those kind of things. Anyway, there you go, Mr. Andy. The rant is over. We're almost transcending into Paphos Harbour area at this little roundabout here, which we're going to call the Paphos roundabout. We're going to go straight over, and we're going to start our descent. And as you can see, the rain is actually getting heavier as we get towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. There we are. A lot of these scooter things coming into Cyprus now, by the way. It really is catching on, and well, they've started passing laws and all these kind of things. You're supposed to wear a high-vis vest, you're supposed to wear a little helmet, and you're supposed to go on the cycling lanes, and you can't go here and you can't go there. So, well, you know, I've got a couple of them, as you know, and we're still going to go whizzing around and breaking the law, because it's a great way to get around. And talking about electric scooters, if you're looking to hire one of the three-wheel trikes that you see whizzing around on the videos, well, Miss Maria, who hangs out just up from the Harbour Cafe, that's the road up towards the Mall, by the temporary bus station. There's a little roundabout, and she hangs out there. You can pop and see her, and you can rent them for around about 15 to 20 euros for an hour or so, and normally she'll give you half an hour free. And we've got these twin-seater ones now as well, so you can go out as a couple of gangsters if your names are Lord Jeremy and Lord Simon, and you can gangster around with a couple of mallets on a, what should we call it, a tandem electric trike. I suppose that's the word, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. Anesthesia Beach Bar coming up on the left, and this is the Amavi 5-star luxury hotel. Joe Cox, beautiful wife Miss Julie, of course the sister Kath, and Mr. Colin came out there, and guess what? They're coming again next December, because those birthdays are going to repeat again and again. Next hotel on the block, Alexander the Great. The next superstar coming into town, of course, is Dayman. That Jet 2 app is counting down like crazy. And there's Alex on his horse, Mr. Stavros, and they're waiting for you. And of course, Lady so sweet Caroline's coming into town in November, and Lord Nigel Big Guns has promised to pop a euro in the machine, and he said that Lady Caroline can ride the living daylights out of Stavros, well, for a euro's worth anyway. Look, the rain stopped. Here we are, downtown Paphos, and the rain has stopped. Oh dear, big diggering is going on. Look at that. They are diggering the life out of Paphos, by the way. But hopefully, if you're moseying on down for a holiday, most tourists are walking around on foot, aren't they? So, you know, hopefully just turn a blind eye. Turn your head towards the right and ignore all this big diggering that's going on. And promise you, by the time you come back next year, hopefully it'll all be done. The harbour, if you're curious to know about that, another 2 or 3 weeks and all of the concreting will have done, and they are putting all the canopies up. So if you're coming around, you know, middle of May or so, I'm pretty sure it'll all be finished by then. Oops, looks like the rain's coming back. It's gone a bit dark. So what's coming up over here? We've got Marius Diamonds. He's open. Let's keep going. That's the Royal Cafeteria Restaurant. Great restaurant. Belongs to the Dionysus Central Hotel, which is just set back from the promenade. that is some big diggering that's going on at T42. Lots of people concerned about T42. Well, they're starting to re-render it all, so they've done all the structural repairs, and they're going to re-gut it on the inside and put a new kitchen, all those kind of things, and they are predicting at the end of August, so another 2.5 months or so to go. That's the Dionysus Central main entrance on our right hand side, and we're going to go to the left and start to do a bit of a wiggle and a bit of a waggle to the rear of the Cato Paphos promenade area. If you're in a car now, it's quite difficult to drive around because they've dug up one or two of the roads, as you understand. If you're on foot, it's not too bad. God, if she's been let out, someone's been courteous. I'm shocked. Of course, it was a tourist. There we are. Probably hasn't got a clue where he's going. Buzz Pub's coming up, and Big Church is on the left. This road down here to the left has been big diggered. This is the road that takes you down to the Papa Antonio supermarket, down to the Basilica Resort, and that road they're saying is going to be about another 4 to 6 weeks before it opens, so it'll be open just before the summer season and hopefully open just before Deborah O'Rourke comes into town, because she likes to mosey on down in the Basilica Resort, and at the moment, well, the access and the road outside of it is all big diggered, that's for sure. There we are. That's the Sofiana Resort and Spa, probably one of the best hotels in Paphos. Very, very friendly, good food, and a nice swimming pool area. Go hunting in the search bar Marika and me Sofiana Resort and Spa, and we've, well, stormed the main entrance of that hotel a couple of times, that's for sure, on behalf of a few people. I remember the first time we did it in disguise. That was for Mr. Luke and Miss Naomi, because they actually threw us out. So we went back as a joke with a moustache on. So if you want to laugh, go and watch that video. And it always makes me laugh whenever I watch it anyway. Right, this is the area. Well, it's a bit of an archaeological site, and it's to the side of, should we say, the Paphos Skywalk. That platform up there on the left hand side now is where you walk just a bit from the end of the skywalk, and you get a raised platform and a great view down to the blue Mediterranean Sea back in Cato Paphos. We're having to come this way, if you understand, because you can't get through to the harbour down the promenade or around the back of the promenade. So we're going to join the inner ring road, and we're going to go towards the Paphos Mall roundabout, and then we are going to head down to the harbour area, just to show you. If you're on foot, it's much easier, but obviously it's a bit damp today, so Mr. Paul is not going to go walking around in this. So stick with us for a little bit longer, and we will get down to the Cato Paphos Harbour area, and the sun is desperately trying to break through. There's no doubt about that. And as I said, the temperature is around about 18 degrees, so it's not too bad, is it? So Paphos Mall roundabout, that's over there on the right. We'll go left and transcend under the raised platform, which is called the Paphos Skywalk. So that's a steel structure that allows you to walk through the archaeological site and over the road here, and takes you around to the viewing point, and of course some nice fresh air and those kind of things. Catacombs are coming up on the left hand side. If you fancy going in there and having a hunt around for perhaps a few lizards or a snake or those kind of things, or you want to keep dry on a day like today, because there's intermittent showers coming down. Not something that's normal. Well, we do get a bit of rain in April, to be honest. You just forget, don't you? You always think it's sunny. But we do get a little bit of weather. But as you can see, well, the sun's coming back out. The rain doesn't tend to linger very long. Although they have predicted on and off showers all day. So intermittent, isn't it? Like I say, in between, as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. This is the road. If you're looking to buy a property on, well, there's more property sellers on this street than anywhere else in Paphos. And if you want to place a bet, for me and Dave Jono, well, there's a bookies there. There's another bookies on that side somewhere as well. Not that I'm a betting man, although I hope that Miss Andrea is, well, she's not betting, but she's going on the Irish lottery now. She's decided to give up on the British lottery because she thought it wasn't very good. What that young man was shouting about, I do not know. There we are. I think he's run out of charge because he's having to push his little electric scooter along. Talking about electric scooters, like I was saying, Miss Maria, she hangs out just there, right on the corner, and that's where you go and get yourself an electric trike or two. Downtown Paphos Harbour is coming up, and the sea is looking very blue. The sky a little bit cloudy, but it does look blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. So guess what? All that's missing is you. Get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very, very soon.